Okay, welcome all. And we are continuing the chapter 4 or the part 4 of this Dopamine Detox book. And we have also reflected on the steps how we can actually have a successful detox, dopamine detox. Right. So, the step 1, to reiterate, was about identifying our biggest distraction. That was the first step. And for that, we have asked two questions to understand how we can prepare it, what can list and can't list, what we can do, what all we can do during those detox period, and what we can't do. Author has not said that should not do, can't. I really can't do. This kind of form determination we should have. And to facilitate that, we need to ask these two questions. If I stop doing only one thing, which one would increase my focus and boost my productivity most dramatically? It is not like minor increase, but to identify, it is kind of to identify which is the most effective activity. If I stop doing, sorry, not most effective, most disempowering activity or distracting activity, that once I stop doing, then I can gain my focus and productivity to a higher limit. And then the second one is, what other activity do I need to avoid in order to help me increase my focus most significantly? Okay, what other activity do I need to avoid in order to help me increase my focus most significantly? These are the two questions that we discussed and we reflected also. And then step 2 was to add more friction to it. How to do that? It is like the author is saying that the harder something is to access, the less likely we are going to addicted towards it. So we will add more accessibility or less access. We need to make it less accessible. For that, we have discussed few of the tricks, that is having a very long password, removing the app from the phone, social media apps, and then making the password, that auto remember of the password, that also we can disable, right? We can have the phone in aeroplane mode or in no notification mode when we are doing the work, the focused activity or work, office work or personal work, whichever work is like. Whenever we do, we need to do this and work in a Pomo focus. And for Pomo focus also, there are many very great apps are available which will automatically block the apps which are of no meaning during those work hours. Right. Then we discussed the third one is like, if you spend hours watching YouTube videos, install the apps which blocks that, or which put a limit to the overall YouTube access. There is a every Android and iOS operating system has one default mechanism wherein actually we can limit the app usage also, right? So we can have so that is called what is that called in Android? That is called digital wellness. To go to the digital wellness and then you can configure that. Similarly, there will be a counter kind of companion available in iPhone. Then continuing further, author is saying adding friction might sound overly simple, but it works. This is because as humans, we are fundamentally lazy. See this. This is a candid confession, and it is also very true for everyone. We are fundamentally lazy. If it is difficult, we try to avoid that. It is easy to have the app installed and everything is configured, and that is why we are going again and again. If it is not that easy to access this social media, I don't have the social media apps in my mobile. So I, believe it or not, hardly once or twice in a month I open my WhatsApp. Facebook. WhatsApp is a different story altogether. It has all the communication, so that is there. And whatever WhatsApp update, very rarely I do, but whatever update is done, I made a auto connectivity setup wherein actually those updates will automatically get posted in my Facebook. So I'm just broadcasting, but I am hardly consuming. I know what is needed for me, and I am doing only that. So it will work. You can also try it out. I don't have Instagram. I don't have Facebook app. Those things are completely out of the way from my thing. Of course, I have the WhatsApp and LinkedIn, and that too also very rarely I access the LinkedIn. So we hate wasting energy unless we are forced to do. If you need to go to another room to grab your phone, that is friction number one, and also need to turn it on, that is friction number two, you are less likely to do it for a while. After I put my internet modem in my storage room, to get it back, I need to leave my apartment, that is friction number one, take the elevator to descend 4 floors, that is the friction number two, and then open 4 doors, those are friction number 3, 4, 5, and 6, to reach my modem, and repeat the action in reverse, that is friction number 7 to 12. So author has given one example wherein actually he is very innovatively created the frictions, right? Similarly, we can also create more number of frictions for the most distracting element of our life or in our life. This is great deal of friction, and we need to also have similar kind of innovation. Since I spent energy to take my modem to the storage room in the first place, my mind registered getting it back right away. This would be a great waste of energy, which my mind doesn't like. The bottom line is, the more difficult you make it to engage in unwanted behaviors, that is better. So make it difficult to engage where in unwanted behaviors or unwanted items. Actions. Conversely, make your desired behavior as frictionless as possible. That is also very much important, and it is also part of atomic habit. So we need to tune our environment. So both the ways it is equally important. For instance, to facilitate writing in the morning, I avoid checking my phone or my email and leave my word processor open. Then I often put on relaxing music and use a timer. I like to do 45 minutes work session. Right. So what he has done, he has tuned his environment in such a way that this facilitation for writing or the environment is already set in such a way that it is very conducive. Right. Similarly, we know that on a daily basis, we need to write our goal statement, we need to visualize, we need to do journaling and all those things. We all know that it is so important, but we have not tuned our environment, and because of which, generally, we fall not doing those kind of activities. That is a trap. We fall into those traps. So in our inner circle, we have created uh, some tracker which is so accessible and so easy that when you are filling the tracker, there itself it has the provision of all those things which are really required. So once you just need to have the habit, create the initial momentum of going to the tracker, and once you have that habit, that's a one stop destination for everything. It's innovatively designed. It has rewards, coins, everything associated that it will induce you to take action automatically. So similarly, you can always think of some, and also when you do that, and also kind of you see your result, how the graph is kind of tracing out, how is your consistency over the days, and how you are doing among your peers, among the group that you are doing this activity. That also helps us to continue or continue the momentum or continue the action consistently. Similarly, we need to do some tweaks. We need to bring some tweaks either individually or in a group, whatever we is convenient to us and whatever can be persisted easily, that we should always do, because it is not knowing which helps, but it is just what we do on a daily basis that matters the most. It is like we are like knowledge banks, but how much we are implementing, that is what our life is now. Going forward, author is saying, by doing so, I have removed friction and obtained the buy-in from my mind. It would not make sense if I suddenly stop the music, pause the timer, and move on to another activity. My mind would see it as a waste of energy. Of course, I may still procrastinate, but removing friction and creating a simple routine reduces the chance of me doing so. And yes, this is also very true. After having the system ready, the environment to it, still at times we feel that okay, we in the initial days it might be difficult to continue, and at times procrastination might happen, but chances are less. We are tuning how lucrative we are making our system, and how rewarding we are making the system, and how gamification, what kind of gamification we are bringing in the system, that matters the most, and that brings the difference also. Then author is saying, you turn now. How could you add friction to eliminate unwanted behaviors? Look at your list of can'ts. Next to each of them, write down specific things you could do to add friction. So for each of the item that we have written in our can't list, we need to write what kind of friction we need to add. And it should not be only limited to one friction. Multiple layer of friction we need to add. That is important. And the second thing is, then look at your list of cans and write down things you can do to eliminate friction. So here, some innovation we need to do so that frictions will be eliminated, right? And the other way around also is true for the cans list. Remember, your mind is lazy. Use this to your advantage. This is so good actually. The mind is lazy, but we can always bring this to our advantage. Step 3. Okay, it has little longer. We will not continue any further. We will continue again tomorrow. Step 3. Now I'm giving the opportunity to all of you to add few lines of from our today's reading. What is the main takeaway, or personally if you want to add anything?
Yes, today's learning was all about adding friction to our distractions.
Right.
Yeah. It may be whether we use through digital wellness or creating passwords, or basically we have to create some hurdle so that it becomes difficult to use that device or whatever our distraction is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything from you, Milinji?
Yeah, good morning, Bikaji. Hi, Sumanji. Yeah. Today's session we discuss about how to draw that particular lines actually, to keep all those distraction away from us. I just remember this thing, like it is kind of Lakshman Rekha. You should not cross it, otherwise Ravan will pick up you. Okay, so that type of thing. But I just want to connect it with the yesterday. Yesterday I didn't get a chance. Means like time is up. But yes, I again in this book, what because you mentioned that is very key here. We need to understand why. We need to understand Ram. In this story, that why is very key. That why we are picking up this particular social media. Like as you mentioned, Facebook is no more with us, because again my son added that it is for old people. I said no. If it is for old people, I'm not there. So I just stopped going on Facebook. So it is no more with me, not Instagram, not LinkedIn as well. Only WhatsApp is with me. But yes, very very basic thing, why we need to understand and find out internally, why we are this thing. Yes, this solutions are good, but these are all external. This thing you are putting hurdles in between your distraction. This is good initially, but very very this thing is a apt solution for this, to understand why we discussed in length actually in last 2 3 discussions, why we are picking up all these distractions. Okay, so that means some love for it is within us. There is some kind of test we feel really enjoyable, that's why we are touching this thing. But once we understand that, and we actually get real test, or enjoyable thing in the things which is really beneficial for us. Sumanji, I like the way you yesterday explained that, you create the list for your daughter, that or for those activities which are really beneficial for personality development, etc. So yes, we need to spend our more time and energy on those activities which develops us. So yeah, both parts are really good. But yeah, I love this discussion actually. Thank you Sumanji, thank you Bikaji.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Yes.
you. And one more thing, adding to Sumanji's sharing, that it is not only that we are adding friction, but also we are removing friction from the other list. That is, the things which we really want to do, we need to make it easy. That is elimination of friction.
Yes,
That
yes.
Yeah. And because you mentioned that word, right? It is written word, like I can't, cannot do list, or normally we said we should not do this. Okay, when I say I should not do this, that means internally I know I'm capable of doing it. I'm capable of watching Instagram for 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, but when I say I can't do it, for example, yesterday when I was watching the Netflix, I said no, I can't watch this more than 15 minutes. So if you program yourself, it is all mental programming. If you say that I can't do this, all the negatives and distraction stuff, definitely then you start going away from it. All those things. So yeah, both words are good. You should not, or I can't give it more thing that, oh, from internally you are thinking that you can't do it, so you will it is easy to lose those things and get away from it. And actually yes, basically you need to replace those activities or those time with the more productive one. So that is anyway key. Yeah, we all know. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Hello, could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think Bikashi is not there.
Yeah. Sumanji, have you read this book, Atomic Habit?
Yes, I have
Okay,
read.
so yeah, so what normally I do, I connect all these books which is related to your habit correction and this thing to that book. I keep that book as a center, but again, I add all the spiritual element. But that is the key. I actually here, in that book, it is written that your identity, which
Yes,
is
yes, yes.
very key. So the bottom line is, yes, we are bigger from all this problem. That is the first of all thing we need to be feeling inside.
Yes.
Then only you will
Basically,
come out of
we are
this.
conscious or aware. Programming is must.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that awareness, that your consciousness, that you are bigger from this, all these problems and all that, because basically I am from 90s. So if you see, these are I am from the age where there was only black and white TV, so we
Hmm.
have lived half of our life without internet. So why not now? you
Yeah,
know
very true, very
So it
true,
is
very true.
very easy to then this thing saying that no, this is something I habitually I gain through my
Hmm.
thinking. I start liking it. So in the same way, I just need to untie, exactly the same way I need to just go back
Hmm.
and start thinking
Yes.
the day without the internet, which I enjoyed, reading the books, drawing, etc. So yeah, so that's how I do it. I started drawing again last year. So all those things.
Hmm. Very true, very
Good, good.
true.
Yeah. I think because Jay is not there. I don't know, he's
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Oh,
very
you're there.
true.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
listening. Yeah,
Yeah,
in
so i
between I got
started i
disconnected.
started drawing from last year, which I left actually after school. But then after reading one of the book in our session, then I realized why not, let's start. And then yeah, I started drawing. I think I shared few pictures, but in that way, it is a good kind of meditation. Yeah. And again, Bikaji, since we are all this thing, always follow this meditation, Brahma Kumari's videos, and there is a lot there, knowledge wise, just to get your interest into. Yeah. True.
Very true.
Because definitely this session
Let's
helps me
continue.
a lot because it is at the beginning of my day. Exactly. And have you changed the Saturday timing?
So, no, it is not changed.
No, you changed to
This
9 o'clock, right?
the last one, not the this one. The last session actually.
Only
The
one, only
only
one
one.
you
Yes.
changed. Oh, I
Yes.
thought you changed entirely, because that 3:30 or afternoon time perfectly suits me.
That same time will continue.
Okay,
Will
then
not
it's good.
change it.
Then it's good for me. Yeah, then it's good for me.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this Saturday actually there was a break actually intentionally. Many people have
No, that's
told.
fine. That's fine.
So long weekend. So is it possible to have a break? I said okay,
No, no, no
fine.
problem. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Looking forward again
Perfect.
to meet you all
Thank you.
tomorrow
Thank you.
and success with that.
Thank you,
Okay.
Bikaji. Thank you, Sumanji. Have a
Yeah,
nice
thank you,
day.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Vikashji. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you,
you.
Milanji.
Thank you. Bye
Same to
bye.
you.